Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana.
Rabbis, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to my bar mitzvah. You'll be hearing from me again soon, but for now, I'll just tell you that you've all been muted and please keep your screen in speaker view, not gallery view. The button is on the top right of your screen. Please also write any messages to us on the chat box, as we'll be reading them later. Thanks, and over to you, Emma.
Welcome everyone to Rafi's Bar Mitzvah. We know our family and friends are watching you today online and are sending you so much virtual love and happiness as you become Bar Mitzvah. We are also certain that your great-grandparents are looking down on you this weekend and are beaming with pride and excitement at all you have accomplished in your life so far. We are so proud of the young man you have become. We know the last few months were not how any of us envisioned the run-up to your Bar Mitzvah to be, and the last couple of weeks have been uncertain to say the least. But your ability to take it all in your stride and go with the flow is really amazing. One of the most important parts of a bar mitzvah is the rite of passage every boy must face, stepping onto the bimah, facing the Aron Kodesh, a room filled with people, and trying to remember something you've spent a year learning and trying to be tuneful. I think in your case, Rafi, you had these bases covered way before this weekend, standing in the middle of a room, sometimes with hundreds of faces in the audience. You can hear a pin drop, and the only voice is yours, singing a beautiful piece of Chazanut is something not unfamiliar to you. As a result of the current restrictions, we will all be lucky enough to hear Rafi Laning this afternoon, so you will all hear how beautiful it is and how well he has done learning his Sedra. We know you are all so proud of him. Rafi, when you were born, we had to wait 5.5 weeks until you could be named and have your bris due to jaundice, and I'm pretty sure those UV lamps gave you a tan for life. You are a beautiful baby, obsessed with your dummy and anything that made music. At primary school, your teachers only ever had lovely things to say about you, and a common theme was always how mature you were. You had great friends and loved the time when Ruby and Millie were at school too. Since you were very little, you've never had a problem projecting your voice, and your confidence started to emerge through school plays and performances, and we could tell you just loved to sing. You always loved football, and in Daddy's footsteps are a big Man City fan, as well as being an excellent goalie. In more recent months, you've fallen in love with golf, and in your usual casual way, you started playing and realized you're actually pretty good. Your confidence is growing daily, and you are maturing into a young man with interests, hobbies, and skills. Your sense of humor is loud and legendary. You're almost never silent. Your funny voices are hilarious, and we wouldn't be us without you. Daddy and I have always told you to be a mensch, and Rafi, you are the true definition of the word. You're so modest of all your achievements, and your kind and caring nature shows in your musical talent and brilliant personality. Not many 13-year-olds can say they've recorded their first solo single during a global pandemic. It's pretty cool to ask Alexa to play Rafi Posner and hear your own song. To be able to listen to your beautiful voice, captured for all time, is something we will always be grateful for. As most of you know, Rafi has been the boy soloist with the Shabbaton Choir since 2018 and has performed many times with them in all sorts of different places. Rafi and I toured with the choir in Israel in 2019 and also in February 2020, just weeks before the world went into the first lockdown. During those 2 trips, a total of 12 days, you performed around 35 concerts and made hundreds of people smile and quite a few cry. You have also performed in some very emotionally difficult places where you faced some devastating situations, and those visits were not easy for anyone, and especially for an 11-year-old. No matter how upset the situation made you, you insisted on singing at least one song in order not to disappoint those that had come out of their way to hear you. I think that is the true definition of the word chesed, and your good-natured soul made us incredibly proud. As we have taught you, these experiences build character, and the way you handle yourself maturely has shown us that you appreciate your privileges in life and all that you have. Some of our choir family are watching you now, and we thank them all for their friendships and their mostly beautiful voices. You quickly got used to giving me a subtle eye roll when someone would tell a tragic joke, some clean, most not. Your video messages and good wishes to Rafi this weekend were brilliant, and we appreciated them enormously. We wish very much that we can sing together again with you all very soon. Ruby, Rafi, and Millie are 3 musketeers and our greatest achievements. The 3 of you have an amazing relationship that Daddy and I enjoy seeing grow every single day. Since you were born, Rafi, Ruby has taken care of you, kissing you all the time and pinching your cheeks. You didn't always like it, but you never denied her, and your special bond, special language, and special ability to get each other is great to see. Just when you were reveling in being the baby and boss of the family, along came our marvelous Millie. Millie wasn't quite so interested in pinching your cheeks and telling you how cute you were, and you soon learned just how to wind each other up, as all siblings do. But where would you be now without Millie? You wouldn't know half as many TikTok routines, and you definitely wouldn't know what your best shade of concealer is. You have 2 incredibly proud and supportive sisters who are always on your side, even though you may never stop hiding behind doors and scaring them. You are so lucky, Rafi, to have a family that loves you very much. And if things were different, you know they would all be here with us right now, full of pride and probably crying. From Bournemouth to Scotland, via Manchester, Leeds and Hendon, we know you all would have done anything to be here with us. We have had you in heart and mind all weekend. Rafi, we all love you so much. You're amazing, and we wish you a huge mazel tov. I'll now hand over to Daddy to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is wonderful to see so many of our family and friends from all over the world here live and streaming in our home. I understand this is beaming out to at least 3 continents. That's the power of technology. I'm certain you're all sitting comfortably, enjoying what you've already heard and seen, but let me say this, the best is soon to come. There are some very special people on this live Zoom who are sorely missed, not to be with us in person today. Rest assured, we will reunite, please God, very soon and make up for the lost time in hugs and family times. Mum and Dad, Denise and Graham Posner, Marilyn and Stephen White, Louise and Mark Goldstone, Georgia Groundland, Nathan, Sarah, Sophie, Benjamin, Woodward, we know you'd have been here with us in a heartbeat. A massive thank you has to be given to Mark Sasson, Mike Howell, and Rafi's bar mitzvah tutor. We know you look forward to your lessons with Rafi because you knew you were going to be taken to a different place with the sound of Rafi's music. I also want to thank Rabbi Lister for being the amazing man you are and spending time with Rafi and I to learn words of Torah. Rafi, the Sedra, Mafta and Haftorah of Chayat Sarah you're about to learn has been 18 months of dedication and practice. Kol hakavod to you. But before you send the internet into meltdown, allow me to share some wisdom from a hero of mine, the late and great Lord Rabbi Jonathan Lord Sykes, Zichron Livracha. To place your life in God's hands, to have faith that whatever happens to you happens for a reason. To know that you are part of a larger narrative and to believe that others will continue what you began is to achieve a satisfaction in life that cannot be destroyed by circumstance. Abraham and Sarah had that faith and they were able to die with a sense of fulfillment. To be happy does not mean that you have everything you want or everything you were promised. It means simply to have done what you were called on to do, to have made a beginning, and then to have passed on the baton to the next generation. The righteous, even in death, are regarded as though they were still alive, because the righteous leave a living trace in those who come after them. That was enough for Abraham and Sarah, and it must be enough for you. The key takeaway, be you. Be better than yesterday and keep singing because it's who you are. Rafi and I have had many opportunities recently to really get to know of each other, and that's been mainly on the golf course. We talk on varying topics, we both vent our frustrations, we hit some cracking shots and some not great shots, but you know as much as I do, we wouldn't want it to be anywhere else, except perhaps on a dry course with the sunshine. I love our walks and talks and that you're open to telling me how you feel and what you're thinking. We are always here to support, advise and listen to you whenever, wherever. The many years we've watched you develop to be the young man we see in front of us today is a delight, and you are our mensch. Taking the time to make arrangements to be with your friends and to listen to them, that's being a mensch. Insisting on buying a gift for your sisters on your special weekend to give your love, hugs and making memories together with Ruby and Millie, that is mensch. Helping Mummy and I around the house from time to time, that is mensch. Our blessing to you is to be just that, you, and the best version you can be. To conclude, Lisa, you look amazing, and everything that's been thought through and created for this weekend and day has been 100% your planning and your attentiveness. Rafi, Mazel Tov on your bar mitzvah. We love you very much. Ruby, when you're ready, over to you.
Rafi, where to begin? From the day you came home from the hospital, I've always known that you would grow up to be the best brother anyone could ever ask for, and you have. You have surpassed all of my expectations, from becoming famous with your amazing singing to even becoming taller than me, which was not too hard. In a few minutes, we are about to hear you learn, and I'm so excited to hear you. You've worked so hard, and I'm so proud of how much effort you have put in. You and I are so similar and often get called Topsy and Tim. Although looks can be deceiving and there are some obvious differences between us, I am clearly much prettier than you, more patient than you, more studious than you, and definitely more of a geek than you. However, I know you are always happy to be my guinea pig when I bake or cook something delicious, and you always laugh at my great Irish dancing, accurate rendition of EastEnders on the keyboard, and my general clumsiness. Still, I know you are my biggest fan. Normally, the oldest child is most demanding, but being the only boy in the family, you definitely get your own way most of the time. Sometimes this makes me annoyed, but normally the boy perks you ask for are completely uninteresting to Millie and I anyway. For example, you always insist on getting the bed next to the window if we're sleeping in a hotel because you can only sleep in -50 degrees. You also often ask Daddy to take you to play a round of golf or play a game on the PS4, neither of which interests me whatsoever. One story that I remember very fondly was when we were around 7, 5 and 3 and we were playing dress up. We started dancing around the kitchen in our plastic clippy-cloppy shoes and I started singing really well. Being myself, I tripped over my own 2 feet, which just shows you how uncoordinated I truly am. Even from a young age, I was falling over air. We have all watched that video hundreds of times and it never stops being funny, especially when you threw your green clippy-cloppy shoes across the kitchen in a strop and it broke and Millie told on you. I'm so grateful for all the special memories we have shared over the last 13 years, and I can't wait to make so many more. We know this weekend has been different to what we all expected, but the five of us only need each other to have fun anyway, and it has been unforgettable. I'm so proud to be your big sister, and I wish you the biggest mazel tov. Millie?
Rafi, you and I are really quite different in a number of ways. The obvious difference is that I'm a fair-skinned English rose and you look like you've just come back from 2 weeks in a lap. I can also TikTok better than you, sing higher than you, hide in smaller spaces than you, and eat more donuts in one go than anyone else in the whole family. We do have a lot in common though, as we both share the same stupid sense of humour and we can wrestle much better than Ruby can. Up until a year and a half ago, we were at primary school together, which I really loved, and I would always come to you if I hurt myself in the playground. If I got hurt by accident, you were always right there threatening to beat someone up in order to protect me. I also realised a few years ago that being Rafi Posner's sister was pretty cool, and not only did I have a brilliant and protective big brother, he wasn't that bad at singing, and we've had some unforgettable experiences because of you, so thanks. We also had fun singing karaoke together and practicing the song you wrote, with you playing guitar and me singing for a change. I really appreciate all the things you do for me and all the times you play Just Dance with me on the PS4 and appear on my TikToks. Ruby and I are your biggest fans and cheerleaders and will always be there for you with a portable charger and a glass of ice. I look forward to the future when you're a famous musician, I'm your choreographer and lead dancer, and Ruby's doing the catering. It's going to be great. Thank you for being the best big brother and mazel tov.
If it wasn't for COVID-19, I know I'd be surrounded this weekend by all my family. And I know Gaga, Poppy, Mama, Papa, Auntie Luby, Uncle Nathan, Sophie, Benjamin, Auntie Louise, Uncle Mark, and Georgia would have been here cheering me on and toasting me at lunch. But some things are out of our hands and our health is most important. I know we will see each other very soon, and sorry Gaga and Mama if I make you cry. We know this time will pass and I look forward to us being able to hug, have fun and laugh together again soon. I will shortly be reading my Parsha, Chayei Sarah. This Parsha begins with Sarah dying at 127 years old, and we might ask ourselves, is that Sarah has passed away? Why is the Parsha called Chayei Sarah, meaning the life of Sarah? One answer says that this is because the Parsha is not about grieving her passing, but celebrating her long life and many accomplishments. The most important of these was raising her son Yitzchak to become a great tzaddik. In the Parsha, Abraham sends Eliezer, his slave, to find Yitzchak a wife, and he returns with Rivka. They become married, and Sarah's ways are carried on through them. The Midrash says that while Sarah was still alive, the candles that she lit in her tent burned from one Shabbat to the next. When she died, the candles went out, and there was no more continuous light, but when Rivka and Yitzchak married, the miracle began again. Perhaps this continuation also signifies the strength and preservation of the Jewish people. The Parsha also focuses on Abraham, who lived to 175 years old. We learn that he never wasted a minute of his life. He used every second to serve Hashem, help other people, and do the right thing. From this, we learn that time is a very precious gift, and we should use every moment of it carefully and not take it for granted. So as I stand here at the age of 13, it makes me realize how important not only the milestone is, but also the years I have had before and how much I can accomplish every day in the years ahead. I believe that the lesson of this Parsha are there to make us examine our own behavior and set us the best example possible. I hope I'll be able to use these lessons and practice my Judaism in a way that will make my parents and all my family very proud. I would like to thank my parents for their love and encouragement in everything I do. Mummy, thank you for being the best manager anyone could want. We have always had a special bond because we think the same in so many ways. You always have my back, and I'm very grateful for all that you do for me, from picking up my socks to occasionally doing my homework. Abba, we have a brilliant relationship, and I love that we share so many hobbies, like a round of golf, watching City, and going for our lockdown walks. I know I can vent on you any time, as you always say, what happens on the golf course stays on the golf course. And as you said, you've always taught me your mantra of being a mensch. I know you're happy to have passed on the Posy name tag, and now we both turn and look when someone shouts it in the street. Normally it's someone you know, but I'm proud to be called a Posy and your son. I'd also like to thank my brilliant sisters for their speeches and their love, support, and for being the best number one groupies. Sometimes I really don't want to do the dancing or judge your latest shopping haul, but I have two sisters and it's pretty good. And I've learnt a lot about nails, hair, and probably other stuff, but I wasn't listening. I'm sorry for always scaring you or projecting my voice just a little bit too loud to your ears. But you know I love you and I will always be there to beat someone up who's bothering you. Ruby, you're hilarious, your clumsiness is legendary, and you are very short. But your personality is 1 in a million and I love you. Millie, you are too cool. You are the best twerker I know, and you are way more stylish than Ruby and I put together. You stand your ground in our play fights and I respect you for that. I must also thank a few more people. My bar mitzvah teacher Mark Sasson, thank you for being so patient and helping me learn my sedge for this past year. It's not always been easy, but I always look forward to our lessons and chats about life. Thank you to Johnny Turgle for being my singing mentor and an amazing teacher. I have improved my voice so much with your guidance and I always love our lessons. I look forward to you teaching me Shema B'ni. Thank you for singing it so beautifully for my bar mitzvah. Thank you also to my Shabbaton choir family who have made me so welcome in the last 2 years. I will always remember our performances and experiences together in the UK and in Israel, mostly to packed audiences and a couple where we just entertained ourselves. I am grateful for all you have taught me, and I know you're grateful that I bring the average age of the choir down by so much. I really love all your video messages to me from my bar mitzvah. They were really funny, and the beautiful version of Shema B'ni composed by Stephen Levy and recreated by Benjamin Fingerhut is beautiful. Thank you also for my Becha, which I will be so proud to use for many years. Now, if everyone watching would like to make yourselves comfortable, get your chumash so you can follow along and enjoy my laning. The parsha is Chayei Sarah. I hope you enjoy.
Okay, everyone.
Amen. V'yiyu Chayei Sarah 100 shana, 20 shana v'sheva shanim, shenei Chayei Sarah, v'tamo Sarah, v'kiryas arba, Hebron be'eretz Canaan, v'yavlu Abraham lispod l'Sarah v'livkosa, v'yakom Abraham me'al penei Mesor, וידבר אל בני חס לאמור, גרס השב אנוכי עמכם, תענו לי אחוזת קבר עמכם, ויקברה מתי מלפני, ויענו בני חס את אברהם לאמור לו, שמענו אדוני, נשיא אלוהים אתה בסוכנו, ולבך קברנו, קבור את מתך, איש ממנו אסקברו, ויכלה ממך מכלוא מתך, ויקום אברהם, וישתח אולם הארץ לבני חס, וידבר איתם לאמור, אם יש את נפשכם, לקבור את מתים לפני, שמעני, ופגולי באפרון בן צוחה, וייתן לי את מערת המכפלה שלו, אשר בקצה שדהו, בכסף מלא יתננה לי, בסוחכם לאחז חבר, ועפרון יושב בסוך בנכס, ויען, עפרון החיתי את אברהם באוזני בנכס, לכל באי שעירו לאמור, לא אדוני שמעני, השדה נשאתי לך, והמערה שבו לך נשאתיה, לעיני בני עמי, נשאתיה לך כבמסיך, וישתחו אברהם לפני עם הארץ, וידבר אל עפרון באוזני עם הארץ לאמור, אם אתה לשמעני, נשאתי כסף השדה קח ממני, ויקבר את מתי שמה, ויען עפרון את אברהם לאמור לו, אדוני שמעני ארץ, 400 שקל כסף, ביני ובינך מהי, ואת משחק בו, וישמע אברהם אל עפרון, וישכון אברהם לעפרון את הכסף, אשר דיבר באוזני בנכס, 400 שקל כסף עולה לסוחר. ויקום שדה עפרון, אשר במכפלה, אשר לפני ממרא, השדה והמערה אשר בו, בכל העץ אשר בשדה, אשר בכל גבולו סביב, לאברהם למקנה לעיני ונכס, בכל באי שעירו, ואחרי כן, קבר אברהם את שרה אשתו, אל מערת שדה המכפלה, על פני ממרא היא חברון, בארץ כנען, ויקום השדה והמערה שבו, לאברהם לאחוזת קבר, מאס בנכס, ואברהם זקן בא בימים, ואדוני ברך את אברהם בכל, ויאמר אברהם אל עבדו זקן ביתו, המושל בכל אשר לו, שים נא ידך תחת ירכי, וישביעך באדוני אלוהי השמיים ואלוהי הארץ, אשר לא תיקח אישה לבני מבנות הכנעני אשר אנכי יושב בקרבו, כי אל ארצי ואין מולדתי תלך, ולקחת אישה לבני ליצחק. ויאמר אליו העבד, אולי לא שווה האישה ללכת אחרי אל הארץ הזאת, אשר אשיב את בנך אל הארץ אשר יצאת משם. ויאמר אליו אברהם, אישה מלאכה פן תשיב את בני שמה. אדוני אלוהי השמיים, אשר לקחני מבית אבי ומארץ מולדתי, אשר דיבר לי ואשר נשבע לי לאמור, לזרעך אתן את הארץ הזאת, ישלח מלכו לפניך, ולקחת אישה לבני משם, ואם לא סובר האישה ללכת אחריך, וניקיסה משמעתי זאת רק את בני, לא תרשה שמה. וישם העבד את ידו תחת ירך אברהם אדוניו, וישב עליו על הדבר הזה. ויקח העבד 10 גמלים מגמלי אדוניו וילך, וכותב אדוניו בידו, ויקם וילך אל ארם נהריים אל אנחו, ויברך הגמלים מחוץ לעיר על באר המים, ועש ערב לעש צאת השואבוס, ויאמר אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם, הקרנה לפני היום, מעשה חסד עם אדוני אברהם. הנה אנוכי ניצב על עין המים, ובנוס אנשי העיר יוצאות לשאוב מים. והיה הנערה אשר עמי להקטינה חתך בין שתי, ואמרה שסה וגם גמלך אשכה, עושה הוכחת לעבדך ליצחק. ולא ידע כי עשית חסד עם אדוני, ויהי הוא צרם כי לה לדבר, והנה רבקה יוצאת אשר יודע לבזוער במלכה. אישס נחור אחי אברהם, וחטא על שכמה, והנערה טובה מראה מאוד בסולה, ואיש לא ידע, ותרד העינה ותמלך עדה ותעל, וירא העבד לקרוסה, ויאמר הקמיני נא מת מים מקדך, ותאמר שסה אדוני, ותמהר ותור את כדה על ידה ותשכיהם, ותחלש כוסו ותאמר גם לגמליך אשאל עד אם כאילו לשתות, ותמהר ותר כדה אל השוקס, ותר עצות אל הבאר לשאוב, ותשאב לכל גמליו, והאיש משתעל למחריש. לדעת הצליח אדוני דרכו ימלא, ויהי כשכילו הגמלים לשתות, ויקח האיש נזם זהב בכמשקלו, ושני צמידים על ידיה 10 זהב משקלם, ויאמר בשמיעת הגידי נא לי, היש בית אביך מקום לנו ללין, ותאמר אליו בסואל אנוכי בן מלכה אשר ילדה לנכו, ותאמר אליו גם תבן גם מספר רב עמנו גם מקום ללין, ויקוד האיש וישלח לאדוני. ויאמר ברוך אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם, אשר לא עזב חסדו עמיתו עם אדוני, אנוכי בדרך נחלי אדוני בית אחי אדוני. ותרת הנערה ותגד לבית אמה כדברים האלה, ולרבקה אח שמו לבן, ויראת לבן אל האיש החוצה אל העין, ויהי כרוסס הנזן ושת מידים על ידי חוסו, וכשמעו את דברי רבקה חוסו לאמו, כה דבר אלי האיש, ויבוא אל האיש, והנה עומד על הגמלים על העין, ויאמר בו ברוך אדוני, למה צמוד בחוץ ואנוכי פניסי הבית במקום לגמלים. ויבוא האיש הביתה ויפתח הגמלים, וייתן תבן מספר לגמלים ומרגלי האנשים אשר איתו, וישם לפניו לאכול, ויאמר לו אכול עד אם דיברתי דברי, ויאמר דבר, ויאמר אל אברהם אנוכי, ואדוני ברך את אדוני מאוד ויגדל, וייתם לו צאן ובקר וכסף וזהב ועבדים ושפחות וגמלים וחמורים ותלת צרה איש אדוני בן אדוני אחרי זקנתו וייתן לו את כל אשר לו וישביעני אדוני לאמור לא זיקח אישה לבני מבנות הכנעני אשר אנוכי יושב בארצו אם לא אל בית אבי תלך במשפחתי ולקחת אישה לבני ואמר אל אדוני אולי לא סלח אישה אחריי ויאמר אליו אדוני אשר הסלחתי לפניו ישלח מלכו יצלח ותליח דרכך ולקחת אישה לבני ממשפחתי מבית אבי אז תנקה מעלתי כי סבו במשפחתי ואם לא יצלח לך וישנקי מעלתי ואבוא היום אל העין ואמר אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם אם ישכנה מצליח דרכי אשר אנוכי הולך עליה הנה אנוכי ניצב על עין המים והיה העלמה יוצאת לשאוב ואמרתי אליה השכני נא מעט מים מקדך ואמרה אלי גם אתה שסה וגם לגמליך אשאב היא האישה אשר הכריח אדוני לבן אדוני אני טרם אכלה לדבר אל לבי והנה רבקה יוצאת בחדה שכמה ותרד העינה ותשאב ואמר אליה השכני נא ותמהר ותורד כדה מעליה ותמש יוסף וגם גמליך אשכה באש וגם הגמלים השקסה ושאל עושה ואמר בסמיית ותאמר ותבשואל בן אחא אשר ידה לה מלכה ושים הנשא על אפה והתמידים על ידיה וכל ושכב אל אדוני ואברך את אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם אשר הנחני בדרך אמס לקחת את פסחי אדוני לבנם עתה אם ישכם עושים חסד ואמס את אדוני יגידו לי ואם לא יגידו לי בפנה על ימין או על שמאל ויען לבן אל שמואל ויאמר אדוני יצא הדבר לא נוכל לדבר אליך רעות הנה רבקה לפניך כך ולך ותהי אישה לבן אדונך כאשר דיבר אדוני ויהי כאשר שמע עבד אברהם את דבריהם וישלח ארצה לאדוני. ויוצא העבד כלי חסר וכלי זהב ובגדים וייתן לרבקה ומקדונוס נשא לאחי האלימה ויאכלו וישתו האנשים אשר עמו וילינו ויקומו בבוקר ויאמר שלחני לאדוני ויאמר אחי הבימה תשב הנערה איתנו ימים או עשור אחת תלך ויאמר עליהם אל תאחרו עשי אדוני יצליח דרכי שלחני ואלכה לאדוני ויאמרו נקרא לנערה ונשאלה את פיה ויקראו לרבקה ויאמרו אליה הסלחי עם האיש הזה ותאמר אלך וישלחו את רבקה חוסה ואת מנקתה ואת עבד אברהם ואת אנשיו ויברכו את רבקה ויאמרו לה חוסנו Atayil alfei rabah, vayirash tarech es shasonav, atakam rivka v'na'aroseha. Atirkadna al hagmalim, atelachna charei ha'ish. Vayikach ha'eved es rivka vayelach, vayitzchak bo mibo el achai ra'i, v'hu yoshev be'eret ha'negev. Vayitze Yitzchak lasuach b'sadeh lifnos arev. Vayisai navayam v'hinei gemalim ba'im. Vatisar Rivka es eineha. Vatzeres Yitzchak vatipol ma'an hagama. Vatzomer el ha'eved. Miha'ish halazeh ha'holech b'sadeh lekrosneinu. Vayomeh ha'eved hu Adoni. Vatikach Hatzaif Vatiskas, Vaishaper ha'eved le'Yitzchak, es kol advarim asher asa, vayvei ha'Yitzchak, ha'ohel asara imo, vayikach es Rivka, vatilo le'isha vayehaveha, vayinachem Yitzchak acharei imo. Vayosef Abraham, vayikach isha eshama ketira, vateled lo, es Simran ves Yokshan, ves Medan, ves Midian, ves Yishbak ves Shuach, Yokshan yalad eshava ves Dadan, v'vnei Dadan hayu asherim otushim elohim, v'vnei Midian. Eifa ve'eifa v'chanach v'avita ve'otaha kol eile b'nei ketira v'yiten Abraham et kol asher lo leYitzchak v'livnei apelakshim asher Abraham nasan Abraham matanos v'yishalchem ma'al Yitzchak b'no bodeinu chai ket ma'el eretz ketem ve'eile yemei shnei chayei Abraham asher chai Me'as shana v'shivim shana v'chamesh shanim Vayigmar v'yamos Abraham v'seimot tova zakein v'saveya Vayosef el amav Vayikbaru osa Yitzchak mishmei banav El ma'aras hamachpelah El sedeh Efron ben Tzochar cheti Asher al penei mamreh Asadeh asher kana Abraham es beniches Shama kuba Abraham v'Sara ishto Vayehi acharei mos Abraham Vayevarech Elohim es Yitzchak beno Vayeshev Yitzchak imo Elochai roi Ve'ile totzos Yishmael ben Abraham Asher yadaga mitris Shivcha Sarah l'Abraham Ve'ele shemos b'nei Yishmael Bishmosam l'sodosam V'cho Yishmael l'mayas V'keizavod be'el l'mifsam V'mishma v'dima l'masa Chadad b'seima yatzir afish v'keidma Eilahem b'nei Yishmael ve'ele shemosam V'chatzrehem iftirosam Shemasan osiim lu'imasa Ve'ele shenei chayei Yishmael Me'al shana Shoshim shana v'sheva shanim Vayigra vayamos vayosef el amav Vayishkanu mechavilat sher Asher al pnei Mitzrayim bo'acha shera Al pnei chol echav nafal Baruch Hu es Hashem HaMevorach Baruch Hashem HaMevorach Le'olam Bo'ez Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam אשר ברכה בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה השם, נושא התורה. אלה הם בני ישמעאל ואלה שמסם, וחטריהם ובסירוסם 12 נשיאים למסם, ואלה שני חיי ישמעאל 100 שנה, ו30 שנה ו7 שנים, ויגמר וימוס ויוסף אל עמיו, וישכנו מחבילת שור, אשר על פני מצרים בואכה אשרה, על פני כל אחיו נחל. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בסופנו. ברוך אתה השם נושא התורה. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנביאים טובים, ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה השם הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו וישראל עמו, ובנביאי האמת והצדק. והמלך דוד זקן בימים, ויכסו בבגדים ולא ייחם לו, ויאמר לו אבותיו יבקשו לאדוני המלך נערה וסילה, ועמדה לפני המלך וסילה סוכנת, ושוכבה בחיקך וחם לאדוני המלך. ויבקשו נערה יפה בכל גבול ישראל, וימצאו את אבישע כשונמית, ויביאו אותה למלך. והנערה יפה עד מאוד, ותהי למלך סוכנת ותשרתהו, והמלך לא ידע. אדוני בן חגיס מתנשא לאמור אני אמלוך, ויעש לו רכב ופרשים ו50 איש רצים לפניו. ולא צבא אביו מימיו לאמור, מדוע כך עשית? וגם הוא תפצוע מאוד, ועשה ילדה אחרי השלום. ויהי דבריו אם יואב בן צרויה בבית הכהן, ויעזרו אחרי אדוניהם. וצדוק הכהן ובניהו בנו הידע, ונתן הנביא ושמעי ורעי, והגיבורים אשר לדוד לא היו מאדוניהו. ויספח אדוניהו צאן וכמרים אבן הסוכלת אשר אצל עין רגל, ויקרא את כל אחיו בני המלך ולכל אנשי יהודה עבדי המלך. ושנתן הנביא ובניהו ואת הגיבורים את שלמה אחיו לא קרא. ויאמר נתן אל בשבע עם שלמה לאמור, הלא שמעת כי מלך אדוניהו בן חגיס, ואדוננו דוד לא ידע. עתה לכי יצק נא עצה ומתיאס נפשך ואת נפש בנך שלמה. לכי ובאי אל המלך דוד, ואמרת אליו הלא אתה אדוני המלך, נשבעת למסך לאמור כי שלמה בנך ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כיסאי. ומדוע מלך אדוניהו הנה אותך מדבר שומם המלך, ואני אבוא אחרייך מלאסי את דברייך. ותבוא ושבה אל המלך החדרה, המלך זקן מאוד, וישאל כאשר נמס, ושרס את המלך, ותקוד בשבה, ותשלח אל המלך, ויאמר המלך מלאך, ותאמר לו, אדוני אתה נשבעת, ואדוני אלוהיך לעמסך, כי שלמה בנך ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כסאי, ועתה הנה אדוני המלך, ועתה אדוני המלך לא יצאת, וישפך שומרי וצאן לרב, ויקרא לכל בני המלך ולאביעזר הכהן וליואב שר הצבא ולשלמה עבדך לא קרא. ועתה אדוני המלך הנה יכול ישראל עליך להגיד להם מי ישב על כיסא אדוני המלך אחריו. והיה כשכב אדוני המלך עם אבוסיו, והייתי אני בני שלמה חטאים, והנה עודנה מדברת עם המלך, ונוסן הנביא בא, ויגידו למלך לאמור, הנה נוסן הנביא, ויבוא לפני המלך, וישלח אל המלך על אפיו ארצה, ויאמר נוסן, אדוני המלך אתה אמרת, אדוני ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כסאי, כי יראת היום, וישפך שומרי וצאן לרב, ויקרא לכל בני המלך ולשרי הצבא לבית הכהן, והנם אוכלים ושופטים לפניו, ויאמרו יחי המלך אדוניהו, ולי אני עבדך, ולצדוק הכהן לבנימין בן יהוידע, ולשלמה עבדך לא קרא. אם אעץ אדוני המלך להיות הדבר הזה, ולא הודעת את עבדך מי ישב על כיסא אדוני המלך אחריו. ויען המלך דוד ויאמר כי לי למחשבה, ותבוא לפני המלך ותעמוד לפני המלך. וישבע המלך ויברך אדוני אשר פדה את נפשי מכל צרה, כי כאשר נשבעתי לך באדוני אלוהי ישראל לאמור, כי שלמה בנך ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כסאי תחתי, כי כן אעשה היום הזה. ותקוד בשבע פעמים ארץ, ותשלח אל המלך ותאמר יחי אדוני המלך דוד לעולם. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, צדיק כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, הקל הנאמן האומר ועושה, המדבר מקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. נאמן אתה הוא השם אלוקינו, ונאמנים דבריך, ודבר אחד מדבריך כל יושב ריקם, כי כל מלך נאמן רחמן אתה, ברוך אתה השם. הקל הנאמן בכל דבריו, רחם על ציון כי היא בית חיינו, וללבס נפש תושיע במהרה בימינו, ברוך אתה השם. ושמח ציון בבניה, Samachenu Hashem Elokeinu Eliyahu Hanavi Avdecha B'machos Beis David Mashichecha B'mhera Yavo V'yagel Lebeinu Al Kiso Lo Yeshiv Zah V'lo Yinchalu Od Acherim Eskevodo Ki Vashem Kodshecha Nishpatala Shelo Yichben Eira Le'alam Ba'et Baruch Atah Hashem Magen David Al HaTorah Al HaAvodah Al HaNeviim Al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shnosat Lanu Hashem Elokeinu L'Kedusha L'Mnucha L'Chavod L'Sifares Al HaKol Hashem Elokeinu Anachnu Modim Lach U'mevarachim Osach Yisparach Shema B'fi Kol Chai Ta'amid V'la Ba'et Baruch Atah Hashem Makadesh HaShabbat.
Mazel Tov! Rabbi Lister,
Here I am.
over to you, please.
Thank you very much. I'd like to begin by wishing Mazel Tov to all the family. To Lisa's parents, Marilyn and Stephen White, and to Jonathan's parents, Denise and Graham Posner. We welcome in spirit and wish Mazel Tov also to Rafi's late great-grandparents, Betty, Neville, Hannah and Leslie, Sheila and Laurie, Anne and Harold. Mazel Tov to Johnny and Lisa and Ruby. And thank you all for your friendship, your relentless cheeriness and stalwart support for our shul and our services. Johnny, in your good-hearted way, you often ask me how I am, and I am grateful for your care. I also had the pleasure of being able to talk to you in a Manchester accent, which is a great treat for me. I also must record on behalf of the community, the Jewish people and the Almighty, admiration and gratitude to you, Johnny and Lisa, for the care with which you have raised and educated both your children, Ader HaTorah. I was deeply moved, Johnny, by your comment to me the other day that in a certain way, Rafi's proficiency in putting on tefillin is the most important thing of all. But that does not stop us from celebrating every detail of our children's chinuch. And today we have the opportunity to appreciate every facet of Rafi's learning and development. So most of all, Mazel Tov to you, Rafi. Rafi, you are a man of many parts. You play both acoustic and electric guitar, and you are an accomplished member of the Shire London Golf Club. Your learning and Haftarah were an absolute pleasure to listen to, with proficiency and expertise complemented by your wonderful voice. You charmed and entranced us today, as you have entranced us so often in the past. And as for your singing, you have kindly been singing in our shul since the age of 8. You have sung for charitable fundraisers and have just recorded your first professional music track. And as well as this, you support a Manchester football team, which can only be a good thing. Rafi, as you well know, yesterday in shul, we read about the passing and burial of Sarah, or we would have done, and Avram's purchase of the caves of Machpelah for a burial plot. It doesn't seem a very nice subject for a bar mitzvah speech, especially as Judaism teaches hope and faith. So what are we to make of this story, which sheds its light both back over the previous week and forward over the next few days? We can understand something about it by looking at a couple of the names in the story, Ephron and Machpelah. Machpelah means double, and an opinion in the Talmud says that the cave was so called because it had 2 chambers, one on top of the other. So why did Abraham specifically request the double cave as a resting place for Sarah? The clue is in the name of the seller, Ephron. His name is based on the Hebrew afar, which means dust. Ephron thought that people are nothing but dust. We are dust and return to dust, and this is the sum total of human life. Abraham wanted to make the point that Ephron was wrong, that life is actually a dual thing. There is the physical side, which Ephron fully understood, and at the same time, the spiritual side, our immortal souls with a God-given mission for each one of us. So he chose a double resting place for Sarah to show the world that death is not the end. While the physical side of a human may die and decompose, our spiritual side endures forever. The story opening our parasha is not a story of death, but a story of triumph over death. But it takes a special person to bring this truth to mind. Physical life is so visible. Spirituality is so concealed. We sometimes need to be reminded that Ephron was wrong. And here, Rafi, I turn to you on behalf of the community with heartfelt gratitude. The Hebrew word shir, meaning song, is linked to the Hebrew word shul, which means a prophetic vision, because in Torah, singing and vision go together. Through song, we can attain the most exalted vision of ourselves, our world, and our God. And therefore, we thank you for sharing the pure beauty of your voice, for the hours of work you have put into perfecting each piece. And we thank you for so generously opening a window in our lives and allowing heaven to shine through, for granting us the gift of your shir, your song, so that we can all attain shur, that vision of something beyond. When we listen to your exquisite, breathtakingly sweet song, our hearts are raised up and we sense that immortal higher reality of God and of his breath in our hearts. You take us to that upper story in our own souls, easily missed, yet indestructible. You give us an unforgettable perspective on life, the perspective of reality itself, the existence of something true and eternal, beyond the fun, the grind, the clamor of day-to-day life. You remind us of God, of Torah, of what life is really about. For this, most of all, we thank you. And there are some things which the community would like to give you in gratitude and in remembrance of this wonderful day. A certificate from the shul attesting that you've been awarded associate membership of our shul, and a book with a different view of the heavens, which I hope you will enjoy. So I would ask your parents to present these to you now, and indeed there they are in your hand. I hope you treasure them and enjoy them for many years, and they're given to you with gratitude and appreciation and admiration from the whole community. And finally, I get to give you a bracha from myself and on behalf of the community, and of course your parents, grandparents, and family. How shall I bless you who are so blessed, who can bring the Jewish blessing of our immortal heritage to so many? I can only use the words of the priestly blessing as God knows best. And if I use his words, I cannot go wrong. So I'd ask please your parents to put their hands on your head. Simcha hin Ephraim Chimnashe, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Yevarach Echad V'Yishmerecha, may God bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God shine his face upon you and be kind to you. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom, may God turn his face to you and give you peace. And to your parents I say, in front of your three beautiful, lovely children, may you have nachas from them all, as you so richly deserve. Mazel tov to you all. Yishakar from Rachel and from me.
We now have a few important messages for Rafi. And firstly, I'd like to introduce on behalf of our choir family, Chairman of the Shabbaton Choir, Russell Kett, with a special presentation for you, Rafi. Over to you, Russell.
Hang on. I'm hoping you can hear me. My dear Rafi, it's a pleasure and a privilege to make this presentation to you on behalf of the Shabbaton Choir. And I'm very grateful to your parents for giving me this 20-minute slot in what is already a very packed program this afternoon. Who would have thought that when we parted company in Israel in mid-February, having completed a grueling but rewarding Solidarity Through Song mission in which you continued to sing your heart out over 5 momentous days, that the next time I'd be wearing my Shabbaton shirt and kippah would be 9 months later, and even then, we've all still to meet up in person. You're an exceptional young man from a delightful and loving family, whom we've all got to know well in recent years, especially as a result of the missions to Israel. And it's been a pleasure to have welcomed you and your parents, as well as your grandparents, Marilyn and Stephen, into the Shabbaton Choir family. We've seen you mature and grow both musically and spiritually, and you've coped brilliantly with the many different singing opportunities which you've faced with us. Whether it's the midnight Slichot service, a concert, a Shabbaton, or a visit to a care home, a hospital, or a special school. You've coped with the situation exceptionally well, and we know how hard you sometimes found this. But kol hakavod, you rose to each challenge, sang your heart out, and filled each space with your delightful voice, no matter how many times in the day you'd sung a particular piece. And I know how much Rabbi Lionel, Chazanim Shimon and Johnny, Stephen Levy, Benjamin Fingerhut, as well as all of us in the choir, have enjoyed singing with you. And we, the choir, in turn, have been hugely impressed by your talents and hope that we will have the pleasure of being able to sing with you for many, many years to come. Although we suspect that in time, you'll find it easier to reach the notes below ours. So Rafi, please accept this gift of an inscribed becher with our love, best wishes and thanks. We hope that each time you use it, it will bring back many happy memories of your singing journey with the choir. Mazel tov on your bar mitzvah, and all of us in the extended Shabbaton Choir family wish you every success in the future. Thank you. And we're now pleased to present Johnny and the choir with a specially recorded version of Shema B'ni.
Shema B'ni Musar Avicha Ve'al Titosh Torah Timecha Shema B'ni Musar Avicha Ve'al Titosh Torah Timecha Shema B'ni Musar Avicha Ve'al Titosh Torah Timecha Torah Tziva lanu Moshe Morasha Kehilat Yaakov
Thank you so much to Russell and the choir for the beautiful Becha and the incredible Shema B'ni. And now we just have a few more quick messages for Rafi from his amazing bar mitzvah teacher, Mark Sasson, and Rafi's grandparents.
Hello, Posner family. Firstly, wishing Lisa, Johnny, Ruby, Millie, the extended family and friends, and of course Rafi, a hearty mazel tov on such a wonderful occasion. I've had the pleasure, and can't emphasise that word enough, pleasure, to get to know the Posner family over the past few years, and I'm truly honoured to be part of this wonderful simcha. My first encounter with the Posner family came at Edgware Shul, where Johnny caught my eye as he was making his way to the back row where I was sitting. It took Johnny roughly 30 minutes to make his way to me, as en route he would hug and kiss members of the community in his friendly and unique way. Ben Morrison, our mutual friend, then introduced me to Johnny, and as they say, the rest is history. Rafi, what an amazing 18 months we've had together in preparing for you today. One of my favourite periods of the week would be my visit to the Posner household. Firstly, we would catch up with what was new in the Posner house, whether it be discussing Ruby's culinary skills, Millie's TikTok videos, or the developments in the Posner vegetable garden. Rafi, we would then catch up ourselves on how Man City were doing, your golfing progress, or discussing the top speed achieved on your new scooter. But then the real highlight for me would begin. No, not the hot Ribena drink that was made for me, but the bar mitzvah lesson itself. Each week, our lessons were filled with laughter, humour, dedication, but more importantly, an incredible amount of hard work. That hard work has certainly paid off. We have all witnessed a truly fabulous laning and haftarah. Rafi, watching you sing so beautifully with such enthusiasm and panache, you make it look effortless. The only word I can describe your performance today is boom! Rafi, you're truly a wonderful young man. You're kind, thoughtful, funny, interesting, mature beyond your years. You have strong morals and values, and more importantly, you always want to do the right thing in thinking of others. You are blessed to be part of a fantastic family, with your parents and grandparents at the helm, and your wonderful sisters by your side. You should be incredibly proud of your achievements. My wish is that you continue to grasp life's opportunities, continue to entertain the world through your music, continue to be the man you've become, and continue being a mensch in the Posner household. Once again, wishing you all a huge mazel tov.
We just want to wish you mazel tov on the run up to your bar mitzvah. We are looking forward very much to seeing you on Sunday.
We are. And hearing you.
And hearing you, which I'm sure you will be at your best and bring tears to everybody's eyes.
It will be lovely, and we're looking forward to it so much, Rafi. We can't tell you. We just wanted to say how much we love you, which I'm sure you know, but we'll tell you again.
Indeed.
You're our star, one of our stars, and we're proud of all that you've done with your singing.
And your golf.
And your scootering.
And your scootering nowadays.
Glad you're enjoying the present that you wanted.
Absolutely.
It's lovely that you got something that you really are enjoying and managing to get out on. And we please God speak to you soon and see you soon. And
we will enjoy our time on Zoom. And we look forward to, all being well, seeing you all very, very soon. We love you lots.
We do.
We'll speak to you again on Sunday.
We'll speak to you before the weekend.
We will. And we love you lots. And bye for now.
Bye, darling.
Rafi.
Mazel tov, Rafi.
What a wonderful bar mitzvah. You sang your parasha absolutely beautifully, as we knew you would. Of course, in circumstances different from what we expected, but it was brilliant. And I'm sure that everybody who listened to you this afternoon thought that you were amazing. Rafi, Gaga and I have had a great deal of pleasure watching you grow up, along with Millie and Ruby and Sophie and Benjamin. And each of you have had your own wonderful strengths that we've loved to see come out in your personality and your character. For you, Rafi, there were a number of firsts. You were the first person able to swim the length of the swimming pool, there and back, underwater. Absolutely brilliant. You are the first member of, I think, either family ever to have sung professionally. And your singing, your beautiful singing with the Shabbaton choir has made audiences cry with pleasure. You're the first to be able to do that. I think that you're the first to be able to produce music from your guitar that's so beautiful that people actually want to hear it. And probably you are the first to be able to hit a golf ball further than 200 yards under the age of 13. Absolutely brilliant. For all of these things and in all of these endeavours, you have shown talent and commitment which are wonderful, and we have been delighted to see you do all of these things, kol hakavod, and they lead us happily to wonder how it's going to be in your teenage years.
You will choose your own future, Rafi. Maybe you will be a champion golfer like Rory McIlroy, or sing like Andrea Bocelli, or play a mean rock guitar like the wonderful Dave Gilmour. But whatever your future holds, never lose the values that you've been taught. Always be the kind, affectionate, considerate young man we see today. You are a joy and a mensch. Poppy and I love you very much. We send you kisses on your head, Rafi. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Thank you so much to everyone for being with us this afternoon and sharing my simcha. We hope to see you all soon.
L'chaim!
L'chaim! Mazel tov, well done.
Well done, Rafi. You did it. You're amazing.
We'll let you say that.
We've got a sweet top.
There you go. You can still hear it. There we go.
Rafi. Rafi, let's see you go swing.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Poor guilty face.
Rafi, we got back in the end.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.